You recently published a book. Tell us a bit about that book and why did you decide to publish a book now?
Well, I published a book together with an old colleague of mine from Unilever, who has evolved into a professor of marketing. We've had a conversation about pricing because I think if you look at the UK market, the P of price, if you like, is probably the most important element in the marketing mix of any of the other marketing elements. And if you look in the past, because we both worked in fast-moving consumer goods and for brands and retailers alike on the continent, we always looked up to the UK. We always had study trips to the UK to see what is on the shelf. In the UK we had these loyalty cards, and we had new product development, and with also convenience and the first ready meals. So all these things started actually in the UK, and we came over to look and actually steal ideas to a certain extent, but at least come over and learn in a very, very positive way. And if you look at UK brands, they have a large global appeal. There is no car brand which is more important, although they don't even make money, like Aston Martin, right? People they love that particular brand. Even if you look at the Union Jack itself, the Union flag is a style icon. You have people in countries 3,000 miles away that wear T-shirts with the flag of this country, right? So it really has this sort of global appeal, and it has always been stylish, innovative, new. Not so much in the last 10 years. And it's all sort of, now price that determines what people are doing. Price, which we don't like because we're marketeers, right? We like, growth and new things and in the end, profitability, right? So it's not that they kind of lost their edge, which we just noticed. Rightfully or wrongfully, there might be all sort of reasons, and anyone could argue why this is the case and this is why we are where we are. But we're also very much aware of the German discounters. And they have grown to almost a market share of 50% in Germany. And we see them growing in Holland, we see them growing, but they never really became strong in the UK. But the last couple of years, they've grown tremendously, and they're now sort of 10%. And I think the reason is that everyone else actually is focusing on price. And they tell the consumer price is important. But if you tell me that price is important, I go to the cheapest. So thank you very much for telling me. I go to your competitor. You also tell me I might have taken a little bit too much money out of your pocket the last 10 years because now I'm able to decrease the prices, which I wasn't before. So I don't think price is a great strategy unless you're the best. But if you want to win from a price fighter, if you want, in the end, to take market share, defend your market share towards an Aldi or Lidl in that particular case, in food retail, you have to be better or you have to be different because you can't be cheaper. And you have to make their strength, which is price, obsolete by doing other stuff that people like. And that's sort of our plea that, you really focus more on customer service, innovation, new things. And technology is one of the elements that can help you because you know your customer. You have these loyalty cards. You have all the data. You know everything about your customer. It's not really used in that sense. If you took retail for instance, I thought it was a delight to do some shopping during lockdown because you would go to a shop, you would have to wait outside, but once you were in, there were no people. So the stuff was on the shelf, you could find what you want, and there was no waiting at the checkout. So in the end, the total shopping experience took the same amount of time, but it was actually more pleasant. And I've argued with a few people in retail, some CEOs and chairs, that you should take learning from that and actually change the whole shopping experience and let people wait before they enter a shop and somehow entertain them during that waiting time. And once they go then in, everything is there. They don't have to wait at the checkout. They go home. They spend exactly the same amount of time, but it was a far more pleasant experience. So what you need to do, Mr. Retailer, you go to Disney because all the parks are closed down. You nick a few of those employees that have nothing to do now, and they know how to manage a queue. because a retailer doesn't know how to manage a queue. I'm bored in a queue. Nobody is entertaining me. Nobody is selling me anything. I'm just there waiting, losing time. The guys at Disney know, because I queue an hour for a 20-second event. I do that. So, and people do that, right? So it's again thinking different, looking different at people. That we said earlier: diversity of thought, diversity of background. Start hiring people from the leisure industry into retail. I don't see it happening yet. It should happen.
A lot of people, this will be a reset button in a positive way as well. I think people really want to have a personal experience as well. In that e-commerce experience, they want it to be personalized and just generalized. It always fundamentally comes back to price. So it's just trying to find the balance of affordability and also being able to give the consumer what they want.
Yeah.
And you've got to create an experience where people take out the cost factor of it.
Yeah, you make the cost obsolete. But if you buy cheap and in the end what you have is rubbish, or you have to throw half away, or you don't really enjoy it, or it's your 6 pair of jeans, but it was cheap, but it's now in you never use it, right? The price doesn't help you anymore. You have a negative experience. Yeah. And I realized this is not for everything. And I realized there are price concepts. And I realized there will be 3 million people very cash strapped because they will be with a, and they might have to go for it. I do understand it, but it's not the whole market.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for conversations just like this.